In this episode of I Don't Work Here Lady, we are reading 9 interesting stories. I know you don't work here, lady. I spent 10 minutes helping a lady pick cucumbers at the grocery store. I am just trying to buy a tie, Karen. I am not the pastor. Woman insists that I work here because I am wearing a blue shirt. I may be young, but I'm not selling those. No, you cannot have a bag. 2 weeks back in the market. And finally, a gaggle of girls in Walmart. If this is your first time, my name is Spicy and I'll cover the craziest and the funniest retail stories. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe. For more I Don't Work Here Lady videos, check out the playlist in the description. Congratulations Bergman for the comment of the day. It would be so funny to give out the description of an item when someone just shout out the name of something. That's a valid solution. But for now, let's find some more Karens. I know you don't work here, lady. I was at the Mall of Marts on Sunday. It was early and I hadn't had coffee yet. I could not for the life of me find the bananas. I did find, however, another customer with bananas in her cart. I asked, "Excuse me, where did you find the bananas?" This lady literally screamed at me, "I don't work here." She had a cart and a kid with her. I think that was pretty obvious. I spent 10 minutes helping a lady pick cucumbers at the grocery store. I was in the grocery store around the corner and I managed to knock over a bunch of cucumbers. I felt guilty, so I started picking them up. A little old lady came over with 5 huge cucumbers and started to talk to me. As a note, I live in a country with a lot of immigrants, and this lady did not speak the main language, which I speak badly, or English. So at first, I could not understand what she wanted. Eventually, I figured out that she wanted help finding smaller cucumbers. I guess she thought I worked at the grocery store since I was scanning cucumbers back in the bin. I could not tell her that I did not work there, and I didn't want to just walk away and leave her feeling abandoned. So I started pulling out cucumbers while she nodded yes or no until she had enough. I think I put more effort into getting her the highest quality cubes that I ever do for myself. I am just trying to buy a tie, Karen. I am at Burlington for half a second, and this lady comes at me aggressively shouting that she needs help in Laoway. I just replied, "Okay, might want to ask someone that works here," and walked off. She chased me down. I am wearing a polo with my company logo. Everyone that works here is twice nicer than I am. I definitely do not look like I work here and said, "I need help." "I am sure you do, but..." Pointing to the logo on my shirt, "I still don't work here, they're dressed nicer." She just went to tell the manager I won't help her. Y'all, I was in line to pay for my stuff and she was still trying to get me written up. The manager just replied, "Ma'am, she doesn't work here." I am not the pastor, first time poster, and I am technologically stumped, but had to share this. Backstory: I chair a support group every Tuesday at a local church. As I am setting up, an elderly woman walks in and the conversation begins. EL for the elderly lady, and me, Macaroni Enigma. "Are you the pastor?" "No, I spoke with Ron, a very grumpy man, I may add, and he said that you can give me a place to stay and blankets and food and stuff." "Well, I don't know who Ron is. Oh, you know Ron, the big guy, kinda grumpy. He said speak with the pastor, so how can you help me?" I take a moment because my temper can get the better of me sometimes, and after a moment I state, "I'm sorry, but I am not the pastor, nor do I have any affiliation with this church." "Well, I need to speak with him, so you need to find him. I don't think anyone is here but you and I am sorry, I cannot help you." She walks off saying how she is homeless and her husband died of brain cancer, and I just sat there for a few minutes. The next words were, "I don't work here, lady," and I posted this. Woman insists that I work here because I am wearing a blue shirt. This happened about 2 weeks ago. If you read my older post, you will know that I really like art and I am at Walmart a lot. I am just walking through the art sections and a little girl comes up to me. She asked me to get them the washable paint that was a few shelves up that she could not reach. I grabbed it and gave it to her. She gives me a hug and runs off. She would be an artist one day. So after that, I waved and went to grab stuff and put it in my cart. I suddenly feel a hard tap on my shoulder. Cast. Me is me, duh, and WL for the weird lady. "Do you know where the coffee is?" I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I don't work." "How does an employee not know where that is? I want to speak to your manager." "Woman, I don't work here. I suggest you leave me alone before I make you." She glares and then storms off to find the manager, I guess. I grab random stuff and hurry to the checkout. I could see her yelling at a poor employee that I had not seen before. She was probably new. I hurried to my cart and explained what happened to my friend's mom. Luckily, I have not seen her sense. I may be young, but I'm not selling those. My grandma and I went to a little market at a community center in a retirement community. It is filled with older women who make jewelry and clothes, selling these items to the older women. Scars, junky jewelry, old clothes, knickknacks, you name it, they had it. We had been walking around for an hour before I split off to look at a stand selling, you guessed it, jewelry. The merchants were young women, early 20s, and their stuff looked pretty stylish. Their area was a U of tables with product inside and out, meaning you had to walk behind the checkout table to see everything. I was settled inside the U behind a rack with stretchy rings. I'm always afraid a ring is gonna cut off my circulation, so this kind cut my eye. When two elderly women came up on the other side of the stand. "Excuse me, ma'am, could you tell me about these rings?" Me, being in a high spirits because of these stretchy rings, started rattling off about how cool these things were and how much I like them. I basically promoted this product I've never seen before saying, "I mean, I don't work here, but these are pretty neat." It was hilarious seeing the look of realization on her face when she realized I was perusing like her. She apologized and we had a good laugh. I know most of the stories on this subreddit are about crazy shoppers, but I remembered this story and thought I'd share. I never did buy one of those stretchy rings, but I did get a sippy wine glass for my dad's birthday. Grandma markets are the best. No, you cannot have a bag. Okay, so backstory. I had a work event where I had run a booth for the local music show. About an hour and a half in, this show starts to get worse because everyone is drunk and out of control. The booth table I am at agreed to start packing up and leaving. So we take the two heavy boxes out and the rest of the group goes back to get the rest of the stuff from the table. I am outside in my booth outfit by myself, watching all these people wonder why I am staring at them. So I realize, oh, I am wearing a black shirt, jean shorts, black ties and black boots. I also have a VIP card hanging from my neck, so it looks like I am security. My I don't work here lady story goes as follows. My two other co-workers come back from the booth inside and the supervisor went to get the van. One co-worker left to walk to some guy and now it's just me and the new guy, NG. Him and I are standing outside with two large boxes and three smaller boxes that are filled with goodie bags from the table we sat at. The nice guy and I have been outside the Fillmore for 10 minutes when I get this feeling someone is watching me. I turn around and this lady cracks the exit door open just enough to stake her body out. She says, "L, hey, let me get one of these goodie bags." They are not for me to give away. We got them at a table. I didn't have a table. Can I take one? They are at the VIP table, so these are your bag. What about being a presenter? I should have got one and I didn't. I have an idea. I just work at a booth inside. I'm doing what I'm told. I can't give these away. Well, you should talk to Jason. She points down the street toward a bar. He knows who I am. I am one of the presenters from earlier. I cannot give these away. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just doing my job. She takes a deep breath while saying this under her breath and closing the door. That's some BS. Then she ends up getting picked up and stares at me the entire time she's getting in the car. She was also leaving the award show early even though she just presented. 2 weeks back in a market, I was hungry and my mom said I could get a few bucks worth of junk from the nearby store since there was nothing much at home. I happily took the money and went to the shop. I was browsing the biscuit and chips aisle when a woman walked up to me and snapped her fingers at my face saying, "I want the items on this list," and she pointed at a paper, trying to hand it over to me. 1. She was rude. I mean, who in the world asks someone they need something by snapping at their face? And 2. All I wanted to buy there was chips. I need chips. I said politely, "I am sorry ma'am, I don't work here." She got annoyed and again snapped a finger at my face. Still, "Get me the items on the list." I took the paper. Who snaps for something? I was annoyed. Cue the store manager, who also happened to be a good friend of my father. In turn, me. He comes to me straight and asks me what sound it was. The lady adjusted her hair with an attitude and told him, "I was asking this kid to get me the items on my list." She never snapped at him? Oh god, I'm really annoyed now. He went on to defend me and said I don't work here and this is a self-help shop, meaning there's only a cashier and you get your stuff yourself. She freaking proceeded to snap at me again. "That's okay. Boy, you could get the items on the list. Dude, I am reserved and a quiet guy, but she was testing me. I took my chips and went to the billing counter while she was still talking to the manager. I billed, went to and asked her if she remembered the items on the list. I don't know where the store manager went, but she was standing and again proceeded to snap. What do you want, girl? Where is the list? Go get my items now, and glared at me. This girl. I snap at her back now. Believe me, I felt really good. I don't work here. And then I yelled in store to her face. I wanted some bloody chips. She glared into my eyes. I tore the list which she gave in front of her, snapped at her face twice and proceeded to leave. She proceeded to grab my arm and went ahead to slap me, I guess, but the store manager gushing to me and said the woman to leave or he's going to call the cops. Apparently, they both came to a calm down when I was buying chips and she went to take her items, but starting complaining when I came to her. I left the store, snapping my fingers while my hands went high up after thanking the store manager. She still stood there. Did she get the items on the list? No. The store manager later told me he made her leave in a few minutes without any purchase for the goods she already had in her basket. A gaggle of girls in Walmart. I went to Walmart wearing my bright yellow Mr. Beast shirt and sweatpants and grabbed a few items and went to self-checkout, and as I started to pay, this gaggle of girls across from me started asking where the bathroom were. They had to say it a few times before I realized they were talking to me. And when I looked up, they were just staring at me like I was an idiot. I said, "What?" And one repeated in the slowest, more condescending voice, "Where are the bathrooms?" I just shrugged and said I didn't know before they scoffed and pointing to the center of the store and said, "Are they over there?" To which I said, "Sure." I don't understand people like this. Like, first off, I am not wearing any sort of blue vest, nor did I look appropriate to work. I got messy hair, absolutely no makeup. And second off, why would you talk to a worker like that anyway? Hey, did you like this I Don't Work Here Lady video? If you did, check out my playlist right here. I bet you will love it. These videos take me a lot of effort and time to make, so if you can show me some support by liking the video and subscribing, this will mean the world to me. Also hit the bell button to know when we post a new video and join the notification gang. Thank you again for watching episode 63 of I Don't Work Here Lady. See ya!